reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Browns who were winners in that one at home. 24-3 was the final. The Lions got a very strong performance out of their quarterback, Jared Goff. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Goff now to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Gibbs will try and pick it up. Oh, able to avoid him. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 69 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Ordinarily, third down is a passing down, but how about that explosive run right there? And when you get a run like that, that means everything came together. Offensive linemen, they didn't just get to the first guys. They got to the second level to help downfield. And I've always said, any run over 7 yards means the wide receivers have done an excellent job blocking downfield.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go. Goff now looking to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down. Looking to throw, Penix. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here comes 3rd down and 7. To throw is Goff. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Grady Jarrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be Falcon football. The Falcons offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. And looking to throw, Penix. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Arnold Ebiketie, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And the tight end goes in motion left. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll throw with Penix. Looking for London on the out route complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. Down right around the 25.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the post.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Back to throw, Goff. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Arnold Ebiketie picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Goff now looks to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Here's Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. 76 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Goff. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. And this one is right through. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them, so the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
And that's going to be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To the air, Penix. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now. But he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Goff. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now Goff. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And when you're in a 1-score game in the 2nd half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
They'll look to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Lions 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And that pickup of a 1st down That's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Gibbs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Detroit Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 180 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards, the final tally. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
To kick off for the Lions.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. 2nd and 6. Now Penix. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, here's Gibbs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
At the 37-yard line.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. A shotgun snap for Goff. That is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Gone. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So all eyes on the Falcons. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Penix. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off. It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Lions, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.